Hey guys, this is me again, and I'm here to bring you another update of my movie collection. I said in the last one about how I had Prom Night in Anchor Bay. Well, I was trying to find it and I found it, and this is the Anchor Bay's Prom Night. This one came out in 98, late 97, early 98. This is actually not only one of Anchor Bay's first DVDs they put out, but it is one of the earlier DVDs in general. So it's just nice to have this little piece of Anchor Bay history back when Anchor Bay really was Anchor Bay and not what they are now, which is practically Starz Media with the Anchor Bay logo slapped on it. So anyways, that's the classic Anchor Bay Prom Night. And here's something, it's not really hard, but I decided to go ahead and throw it in. It's Gremlins. I've always loved Gremlins. I grew up on Gremlins. It's an awesome movie and it's fun. And here's Gremlins 2. It's another fun one. And then here's a series of movies I didn't discover till I actually started working at the video store, and that was Toxic Avenger. Toxic Avenger is a fun, crazy, whacked out movie. Deserves to be watched at least once. So, and this is the 21st anniversary Tromomorphic widescreen edition, which is actually a non-anamorphic widescreen edition, but doesn't matter. Hopefully Troma will put it on Blu-ray here soon. And here's Toxic Avenger 2, Toxic Avenger 3, and Toxic Avenger 4. Got this at the video store for a cheap price. But yeah, Toxic Avenger 4. And here's a series of movies that I've always enjoyed. The Urban Legend movies. They're pretty fun. I actually watched this one in theaters when it came out. And here's Final Cut Part 2. And here's a direct-to-video movie. That's Urban Legends 3, Bloody Mary. And here's a series of movies that was kind of controversial for its time. Kind of addressed some issues of like abortion and stuff. That's the It's Alive movies about a little monster baby. And here's the two sequels, It Lives Again and The Island of the Alive. They're both entertaining flicks. And here's some newer movies I'm gonna get into, and it's 28 Days Later. That was a great movie. I didn't get to watch it in theaters. I kind of wish I did. But it was really good. It was a nice infected movie. And here's 28 Weeks Later. I think they're gonna be doing another one, probably 28 months later. And here's a movie I didn't like when I first watched it. I thought it was really kind of crappy, but then I watched it again and I actually enjoyed it. And that's Cabin Fever. And then Cabin Fever 2 is kind of a mess because it had like two directors for it, so it's kind of a mishmash. And here's a movie I watched in theaters back in the day that I really liked, and that was Butterfly Effect. That was a really good movie. Probably Ashton Kutcher's best movie, since he doesn't really have that many good stuff. And the bad Butterfly Effect 2, like I say, I got this for a cheap price, because I wouldn't have paid more than $2 for it. And I actually got Butterfly Effect 3, I forgot to bring it down. It's in my After Dark Horror Fest collection. So whenever I get around to those, I'll show that one. And here's The Hills Have Eyes, the original. It's a great movie, Wes Craven. And here's his corny second one that came out. I don't really quite know what to make of it. There's some weird stuff in it, like even has a lot of like flashback scenes, and even a dog has a flashback in that movie. And here's the remake. Great remake. I really enjoyed it. Pretty brutal movie. And here's Part 2. It's not as good, but it was pretty much just a typical horror movie. Nothing too special. Here's a pretty good movie, a little ghost story movie. Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon in it. It's a fun movie to watch. I always enjoy it. And Stir of Echoes Part 2, another direct-to-video, low budget sequel. Really nothing special about it. And now here's a PG-13 horror movie, Boogeyman. I did watch it. Didn't really get to have a pleasant theater experience because everyone was all making noises and stuff, so I actually was able to enjoy it more when it came out in DVD. Here's Boogeyman 2. This one's actually rated R, so it was a little more gory. And Boogeyman 3. Yeah. Here's a little Grudge movie. They're interesting. They're not too bad of movies. I don't know. I think the Japanese ones may be better. But I don't know. Actually, I did watch the Japanese one of that one, and for some reason it seemed too bright. I think it was Ju-on or something. And here's Grudge 2. It was okay as well. Nothing too special. And then Grudge 3, which is actually rated R, not PG-13. And here's some weird movies that not too many people probably know about, and that's these Coffin Joe, shaped like a coffin. Now, Coffin Joe, he's an interesting character. He's like this demon of some sort, and he wants to impregnate a woman to have his offspring. And the box set's pretty well packaged. It has a little booklet in there that has some pictures and like a little comic book and stuff. And this is the first one. This is called Coffin Joe. At midnight I'll take your soul. And this night I'll possess your corpse is the second one. And then the third one technically isn't the third one, but because they wanted to make it into a trilogy, they went ahead and called it the third one. It's Awakening of the Beast. It's more like a psychedelic horror movie, and it just has Coffin Joe in it. It's really weird. It came out in the late 60s, so you know, it's a psychedelic stuff in the late 60s. But it's interesting. It's not bad. It's just, you know, not the true third one. The true third one is actually this one that was made about a couple years ago, and it just finally came out on Blu-ray and DVD. And it's called The Embodiment of Evil. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's not a bad movie. He apparently he was in prison for 40 years, and he gets released from prison, and he starts doing what he does in all the originals. But yeah, I got that on Blu-ray. And here's another series of movies that's kind of obscure, but not too obscure in the horror community, and that's the Tombs of the Blind Dead. These movies were hard to get for a while. It really was only the first two that were available. Here's a little booklet that comes with it, and you know, it has a lot of writings and stuff in it. But it too, like Coffin Joe, is shaped like a coffin. Coffin right there. And here they are right there. They are pretty good zombie flicks. Not too bad at all. They're Spanish, if I'm correct. Yeah, they're Spanish. And really entertaining movies. That's the second one. Return of the Evil Dead. Here's Ghost Galleon. It's the third one. And here's the fourth one. So it's the Night of the Seagulls. And then comes with a little bonus disc about the director. His name is Armando de Osorio. It's a pretty good set. I enjoyed it. For the longest time I couldn't get these movies, at least the first two, because Anchor Bay had put the first two out on a disc, but it was really hard to come by, so I never was able to get it. And then Blue Underground released these, and I finally was able to get it, so I was happy about that. And well, I think we'll go ahead and end it here. I'll be back with part 8. Thanks.